to the Startup Funding Espresso. I'm Hall T. Martin, where we talk about how to raise funding and invest in startups and the time it takes to drink an espresso. If you have a question about startup funding or investing, please go to the website, startupfundingespresso.com, and type in your question into the chat bot in the lower right corner to receive an answer. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, this is Hall T. Martin with the Startup Funding Espresso, your daily shot of startup funding and investing. While venture capital brings many benefits to the startup ecosystem, it also has drawbacks. Here's a list to consider. The venture model generates a high number of startup failures. By pushing the business to the extreme, many fail. The standard for venture-backed businesses is very high, and the cost of venture funding is expensive, so losses to the investor are also high. The pressure to succeed at all costs drives some founders into mental and physical health problems. Venture capital is still a long way from being an inclusive and diverse group. Women and minorities are still woefully underrepresented. The pressure to find and join successful startups can drive investors to overvalue startups. The emergence of new technologies can turn into market bubbles driven by irrational exuberance. Venture capital brings many benefits to the startup ecosystem, including capital, innovation, and expertise. It's important to keep these challenges in mind. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Funding Espresso, where we help startups and investors connect for funding. Let's go start hustling today. Hall T. Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early-stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.